Exclusive contract with Feilu Novel Network Novel. Honghuang. Millions of billions of merit, only with defeat can one become a saint. What to do when crossing the flood and wilderness, but gaining immeasurable merits. Of course, it's about being the most sage, eating, drinking, and having fun, and enjoying life. As long as all the merits and virtues are spent, one can become the highest realm of enlightenment. Based on past life experience, what is more expensive than building infrastructure? Let's start with a trend of opening up the world, which rewards merit. Expanding the barriers of the flood and wasteland, this is land reclamation, and it's not excessive to call it infrastructure, is it? Integrating chaos, and chaos is also the foundation for building. Unconsciously, Changqing realized that there were billions of changes in the flood and famine. Millions of saints roam through chaos, and the Heavenly Dao realm surpassing them is like a dog. Are you crazy? You call upgrading to the highest level of flood and wasteland infrastructure? This is subverting the three views. Are you saying it's laying the foundation? Gone. Changqing actually suppressed the Dao. Changqing looked helpless and said, "Why didn't I realize that I had become a great road realm?" Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Defeating millions of billions of merit and becoming a sage. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The flood and famine do not remember the year. Since the beginning of Pangu, heaven and earth have opened up. The flood has passed countless times. It has also experienced countless disasters. And the flood and famine tribulation was also a three-clan struggle from the beginning of the Dragon and Han dynasties. Arrived at the battle between the two demon clans of Liangjie. At present, it is almost 10,000 years since the end of the First World War of the Lich II. The 6 saints have already become holy. The desolate land has also entered a temporary period of relatively calm. Although the Lich and demon races often engage in small-scale battles. But that kind of full-scale war will not appear again for the time being. And thousands of miles away from Mount Buzhou, there is a fairy peak called Wuji Peak. Because it is a pretty good place to live in. So this place was occupied early by a practitioner. At this point, on the summit of the infinite peak. Inside a palace called the Palace of Eternal Life. A young and handsome practitioner has emerged. The practitioner gazed at the distant wasteland and couldn't help but sigh and sigh. Hey! Why did it transform too late? The practitioner's name is Changqing. Not a native of the wilderness. He is a traveler. However, it is different from some unlucky people who have ordinary routes after crossing. Changqing's luck is quite good. Through time, he became an innate deity. The essence is an innate tree of enlightenment. The current strength is in the early stage of the Luo Jin Xian. And under such circumstances, the reason why Changqing still sighed so deeply is. He turned out to be a bit late. If it had taken shape during the period of the Dragon Han Rebellion. At the very least, Changqing is also a quasi-saint with great abilities. Thinking of this, Changqing also shook his head again and sighed. This kind of foundation, even if it is transformed, will definitely be a quasi-holy power in the future. However, the throne has long been occupied. The future achievements are just like that. Amidst the vastness of heaven and earth. Even if you are a quasi-holy power, the strongest among saints. It's also of no use. After all, there are ants under the sage. As long as it is not sanctified, it is just an ant on the vast land. No matter how fierce the jumping is, it's just a slightly stronger ant. Thinking of this, Changqing also sighed repeatedly. Wondering in my heart about my future, where will I go? And just as Changqing was lost in his own future. A mechanical sound suddenly rang in my mind. Ding! The system has detected the host and is currently binding the Dao Bujia system. When the ding sound sounded, the confusion on Lu Changqing's face was swept away. The corner of his mouth grinned, filled with a joyful expression. After all, as a traveler, who doesn't know about the system? However, after the system name was exposed, the smile on Lu Changqing's face froze. The forehead is covered in black lines. What is it? The black sheep system. Is this a system that can be used in the vast world? As a traveler, Lu Changqing is naturally very familiar with the system. What kind of crazy drag cool hanging explosive system? There are all kinds of despicable, reckless, and forced facial recognition systems. However, system matching is quite important. If you play the loser system in the city, it's like being treated like a fairy. But in the wilderness, how else can one become a spendthrift? Just when Lu Changqing was puzzled, the system has finally been successfully bound. Ding! Congratulations to the host, the Dao loser system has been successfully bound. Reward the host with billions of merits, and let the host indulge in being a black sheep. After losing millions of merits, one can become a saint on the spot. Achieve the supreme sage of the Great Road. After hearing the introduction of the system, Lu Changqing was shocked. Surprisingly, it can directly prove the saint of the Great Way. You should know that the current 6 saints of the primordial era are just saints of the Heavenly Way. As for Honghuang Daozu, he is only the spokesperson of the Heavenly Way. And what the system can achieve is actually the sage who transcends the Heavenly Way and is the highest in chaos. Looking back at the ancient times to the highest, the great god of Pangu. A chaotic demon god that can chop 3,000 times the size of a heavenly sage with just one axe. It's just a half-step road. There is still a long way to go before the true sage of the Great Road. Thinking of this, Lu Changqing's smile became even more radiant. Looking at the billions of merits in the system, he chuckled and said, "If I directly apply all the millions of merits and virtues to myself, wouldn't it be just a sage of the Tao?" Lu Changqing muttered to himself. The system's prompt sound rang again. Ding! The millions of billions of merits gifted by the system cannot be used to enhance one's own cultivation strength. And it cannot be given to others without reason. There must be corresponding exchange conditions before it can be given to others. After hearing the system prompt sound, Lu Changqing also pursed his lips in silence. A good $1 million merit, just give yourself a wave of pleasure. What are so many moths doing? Thinking of this, Lu Changqing also remembered the exhilarating sight he often went to see before traveling. Now he really wants to post a post asking. People in the wilderness possess billions of merits. How can we defeat them as quickly as possible? Just when Lu Changqing secretly complained about it, the system's prompt sound rang again. Ding! Because the host is binding the system for the first time, a mysterious gift package will be rewarded to the host. Please pay attention to receiving it. After hearing the prompt sound, Lu Changqing also showed a surprised expression and muttered, "Undoubtedly, it's a despicable system. Giving 1,000,000 billion yuan worth of merit is not enough, there's actually a big gift package to give." As he spoke to himself, Lu Changqing's mind moved. Click on the Receive button in the system panel. Then a dazzling golden gift package appeared in Lu Changqing's mind. Open it without hesitation. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Great Way technique. Honghuang Creation Decision *1. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the innate treasure. Killer Spear *1. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Great Way divine skill. Holy Tsang Jiaguang *1. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining Chaos Spirit Fruit. Ascending Dao Xian Spirit Fruit *1. Listen to the system prompt and look at the rewards on the system panel. Even as a traveler, Lu Changqing had a prior understanding of the wilderness. I couldn't help but feel shortness of breath. Because the rewards inside this mysterious gift package are really terrifying. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 2. Rewards for Trench Chi Soaring to the Sky. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. It's truly a shameful system, this reward is going to go up in heaven. Changqing looked at the rewards in the system and felt extremely excited. For example, the first reward is the Great Dao technique, the Honghuang creation technique. This great cultivation method can condense 3,000 species within the body and evolve the existence of 3,000 principles. Once you take action with the power of the 3,000 laws, it is simply disadvantageous. If one can fully comprehend the 3,000 laws, that is equivalent to an increase of 10,000 times in combat power. Extremely terrifying. In addition, he practiced the Great Dao technique. It can also automatically evolve the 3,000 rule. And there will be no constraints on breaking through. Along the way, everything flows smoothly and there are no bottlenecks, leading to the supreme realm of the sage. This is the truly terrifying aspect of the Great Dao technique. Let's compare the martial arts in the Honghuang area. Just like the 9 transformations Xiangong of Changqing. Being able to cultivate to the level of quasi-saint is already the top-level skill of the vast wilderness. And at a higher level, it's like Hongjun Daozu's Hunyuan level martial arts. Being able to practice until the 3 corpses are slain has already attracted countless practitioners in the vast land. The Great Way technique is unimaginable. Unfortunately, according to the system rules, if one fails to achieve all the merits and virtues of millions of billions, they will never be able to attain the realm of the great sage. Changqing looks at Honghuang's fate decision and mutters in silence. After roast, Changqing looked at the second reward. The innate treasure-killing spear. Suddenly, my mood improved again. After all, this is the magic weapon of the demon ancestor Luogue. Known as the most ferocious treasure of the flood and wilderness. The killing power is extremely strong, and the ferocious aura exposed can even erode the saint's essence. After reminiscing about the murder gun, Changqing did not hesitate to take it out. Suddenly, the ominous aura outside the Changqing palace became overwhelming. At the tip of the gun, the sharpness is fully displayed. No need to be hit by the tip of the gun. Just that sharp aura can easily crush the flesh. TSK, is this the most ferocious treasure of the primordial realm that can be compared to the immortal sword? Looking at the sharpness of the god-slaying spear, Changqing exclaimed in amazement. This is comparable to the existence of the immortal sword, which is said to be unbreakable among the 4 saints in the wilderness. It is a precious treasure in the wilderness. After carefully examining the god-slaying spear, Changqing began to refine it. This god-killing spear is an innate treasure, and refining it requires a set of 981 prohibitions. 1,000 years have passed in the blink of an eye. Finally, Changqing has turned this first ultimate treasure of the wilderness into his own magic weapon. After playing with it for a while, I continued to focus on the third reward. The Great Road has divine powers, and the Holy Tsang robs the light. Changqing has no impression of this Great Road magic. So I directly looked at the introduction of this gateway in the system. Holy Tsang robbery light. After being used by the host, a Holy Tsang robbery light can be cast. Wherever the light travels, yin and yang go against each other, time and space disappear, and heaven and earth are silenced. After seeing the introduction of this miraculous skill, Changqing was also shocked. What a terrifying superpower! Although Changqing has strong supernatural powers, his current strength is only that of the Luo Jingxian. With this cultivation, I'm afraid I can't even unleash 1,000th of the power of this divine skill. From this, it can be seen how terrifying this great skill is. After being shaken by a great supernatural power, Changqing shifted his gaze to the last reward. Chaos Spirit Fruit. Ascending Dao Xian Spirit Fruit. The prefix of these 4 words alone has already made Lu Changqing's heart surge. After all, chaos spirit fruit is the supreme spiritual root that has already been extinct since the beginning of the creation of heaven and earth. You should know that in today's wilderness, the highest one is the ultimate innate spiritual root. As for the chaotic spiritual roots, these chaotic things are unheard of and unseen by the creatures of the vast land. For the sage of the wilderness, it is only a matter of hearing their name and not actually seeing it. TSK, even giving this thing away, this system really doesn't need to be too outdated. In a moment of surprise, Lu Changqing couldn't wait to see the effect of the ascending Dao Xianling fruit. The role is not responsible, but it is too exaggerated. That is the ability to transform the origin. This feature is simply terrifying. Seeing such a generous reward, Lu Changqing couldn't wait anymore. When even the ascending Dao Xianling fruit is taken out, it is directly refined. With the refinement of the ascending Dao Xianling fruit, around Lu Changqing, there were 3,000 prophecies scattered around him in an instant, exuding supreme authority. At the same time, within the purple mansion of Lu Changqing's body, there were countless orifices. Each evolved into a boundary. Upon closer inspection, the acupoints contain the essence of heaven and earth. Each forms its own boundary. There is a vast universe within the realm, emitting a brilliant radiance. After blooming brilliantly together in countless orifices, the terrifying aura of the top chaotic demon god instantly dissipated. After breaking through countless orifices, he charged straight into the sky and the world. Countless great powers in the chaos have turned their heads. I wanted to explore, but found that this aura had already been obscured and dissipated. After undergoing a transformation, Lu Changqing also exhaled a mouthful of turbid air. Ha! Finally, the transformation has been completed. I don't know to what extent the foundation has been elevated. As he spoke to himself, Lu Changqing's mind scanned him. I found that at this point, my roots had already been elevated from a congenital deity to the terrifying level of a top-level chaotic demon god. After seeing this root, even the traveler Lu Changqing couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. Is this the utility of the chaos spirit root? It's too terrifying. You should know that the original Lu Changqing already had strong roots. The 6 saints of the present era are only the foundation of innate gods. And I am the top chaos demon god. Roots and feet are comparable to the great god Pangu. As the roots and feet rise, Lu Changqing found that his cultivation had also naturally improved by a significant margin. It has been elevated from the early stage of the Great Luo Golden Immortal to the later stage of the Great Luo Golden Immortal. After refining the chaos spirit fruit, Lu Changqing began the cultivation of the Great Dao technique. As the cultivation of martial arts begins, the divine pattern of the Great Road is prominent. The 3,000 laws surround the body. Within the purple mansion, countless orifices emitted sparkling starlight. As the 3,000 species gradually manifest, the dazzling river of time and space emits dazzling radiance and manifests itself to the heavens. As the 3,000 species gradually coalesce, the vast river of time, with its brilliant stars, manifests itself in the heavens. After the 3,000 seeds are condensed and formed, the prophecies of the vast and mysterious avenue suddenly appeared. Emitting a terrifying power of the Great Road, it charges straight towards the 9 heavens and 10 earth. With a loud rumble, the terrifying power of the Great Dao instantly shattered the cave where Lu Changqing was practicing. The powerful power of the Great Road sweeps across the world. Instantly startled countless great powers in the wilderness. It's just that the grandeur of the road comes and goes quickly. But by the time many great powers were explored, the traces had already disappeared. After the initial introduction of the martial arts, Lu Changqing was also full of comfort. At hand, there are 3,000 rules entangled. Wave out a palm. Thousands of mountains and rivers have collapsed, causing the heavens and earth to shatter. My strength has increased more than 100 times compared to my previous self. Lu Changqing was also amazed. It truly deserves to be the Great Way Loser system, and the rewards are indeed generous. After praising the grandeur of the system, Lu Changqing also began to ponder how to defeat billions of merits. In his thoughts, Lu Changqing suddenly thought of something. With a bright eye, he said, "Since I can't use merit to improve my cultivation, why don't I use merit to refine magic treasures? In the wilderness, there is a unique treasure. That is the magic weapon of merit. This type of magic weapon is made by combining innate or acquired treasures with merits. Can greatly enhance the power of a substitute magic weapon." Therefore, after thinking of this idea, without hesitation, Lu Changqing took out a top-notch innate spiritual treasure. Taishu Creation Fantasy. This Taisu Zaohua Fan is the companion spiritual treasure of Lu Changqing. It contains the mysterious light of creation. Under the shaking, the power of Taisu's creation emerged, and everything touched by decay. Even able to melt the essence, it is a top-notch innate spiritual treasure. After taking out the creation fan, Lu Changqing raised his hand and took out a cloud of merit and virtue, brainlessly infused into the realm of creation. Although merit can be refined into magic treasures, but the losses involved are also significant. However, this loss is not a big deal for Lu Changqing, who is full of mote energy. After a cloud of merit and virtue has been used up, there will be another cloud. Without any heartache, I poured it all the way until it could no longer be injected before finally stopping. Although it may have caused some trouble to forcefully inject Jin Yun, the feeling of being a loser without worrying about the loss of merit is still quite satisfying. After the completion of Taisu's creation and refinement, Lu Changqing did not immediately go to see the improvement of the creation and transformation fan. But instead, he looked at the system, wanting to know how much merit was spent on this refining. After reading it, Lu Changqing felt a bit speechless. Muttered with a displeased expression, "What kind of ghost? After injecting so many merits and virtues into the golden cloud, it's just a matter of using 1,000,000 merits." If at this moment, other practitioners hear Lu Changqing's words, it will definitely go crazy. After all, this is $1,000,000 merit. For practitioners in the wilderness, it is already an extremely difficult opportunity to encounter. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 3. Outgoing Travel. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After roast for a while. Only then did Lu Changqing check the improvement of the magic weapon. The Taisu Creation Fan, originally a top-quality innate spiritual treasure, has been forged through merit. It has become a top-notch innate merit spiritual treasure. Although the appearance seems to have changed little, but upon closer inspection, one will discover the aura of merit emanating from the spiritual treasure. It doesn't seem like the changes are too significant. After looking around for a while, Lu Changqing waved the wealthy fan. Prepare to experience how much the improvement of the magic weapon can be. After the light wave of the natural transformation fan, the power of Taisu's creation was originally quite ordinary. At this moment, it is already as rich as substance. When waved, it is overwhelming. Corrode and melt all the covering material. Upon seeing this, Lu Changqing's eyes lit up and he exclaimed in admiration, "Ha! It's truly a magic weapon that incorporates merits. Its power has increased more than 10 times compared to before, and it's almost catching up with the innate treasure. It has to be said that merit is indeed a good thing. Ah! It took 1,000,000 merits to refine a top-quality innate spiritual treasure. Just lost 1 billion of the total merit. When will this be the end? I really didn't expect that there were so many good things that it would also be so troublesome." Lu Changqing sighed helplessly. If the practitioners of the wasteland hear such sighs from Lu Changqing, I will definitely envy you to leave in the same place. After all, others crave and cherish merit immensely. But Lu Changqing was actually troubled by too many merits. Isn't this Qi Sha that can harm others? After sighing for a while, Lu Changqing immediately pulled out all the magic weapons he had. After all, even the smallest mosquito is still meat. Spending a little is a little. However, Lu Changqing doesn't have many magic weapons either. Except for the newly refined innate spiritual treasures. There are only a dozen spiritual treasures and precious treasures left from the day after tomorrow. After all, innate spiritual treasures are not street goods and can be easily possessed. Even the two Western sages only have 3 or 2 innate spiritual treasures on their bodies. In his thoughts, Lu Changqing refined all these 10 acquired spiritual treasures and acquired treasures into merit spiritual treasures and merit supreme treasures. After discovering that there was nothing to refine, he effortlessly crafted his Taoist robe into a treasure of postnatal merit. As for the innate treasure just given by the system, the god-killing spear. However, Lu Changqing did not do any refining. Because the god-slaying spear is the most ferocious treasure in the wilderness. It is the treasure that governs slaughter. Injecting merit will actually erase its evil energy. Causing the opposite effect, the gains outweigh the losses. After refining the magic weapon, Lu Changqing suddenly remembered the merit golden will condensed from merit. So by the way, countless golden merit clouds were taken out. 9,990.9 merit golden wheels were refined and placed behind him. After the completion of refining a complete set of meritorious spirit equipment, Lu Changqing was also very interested in revealing all his meritorious equipment and meritorious golden wheels. In an instant, the dazzling sun of merit shone across the 9 heavens and 10 earth. Let all the great powers in the wilderness suddenly perceive. But when they want to investigate, Lu Changqing has satisfactorily collected all the golden wheels. So, everyone just feels like they have an illusion. TSK, if you show such a wave among cultivators, you wouldn't have blinded their dog eyes. After marveling at it, Lu Changqing collected all his other merits and treasures, leaving only the Taoist robe on his body. After finishing everything, Lu Changqing happily looked at the system. Who would have thought that after refining so many treasures, only spent 10 million merits? In the face of billions of merits, this is a drop in the bucket. I vomited. When will this $1 million credit be spent? Lu Changqing choked silently. If this statement is heard by other practitioners, they will definitely be so angry that they will vomit blood. What others cannot ask for, but Lu Changqing regards it as dirt. This is simply too bullying. After sighing helplessly about the troubles of happiness, Lu Changqing. I also decided to leave Wuji Peak and travel to the desolate land. After all, within the infinite peak, there are limited ways to defeat merit and virtue. It's better to go outside and look for opportunities, to find inspiration from the black sheep. Between thoughts, Lu Changqing then took out a newly refined treasure of postnatal merit, the infinite divine boat. With a movement of divine thought, the divine boat becomes larger in the wind. Lu Changqing sat on the divine boat and left Wuji Peak, wandering freely on the vast land. Along the way, Lu Changqing saw many scenes of people from the 2 tribes of witches and demons fighting. There is no way, although the lich and demon tribes have not started a full-scale war again. But the contradiction lies there. There is no major war, but small frictions are unusually frequent. However, Lu Changqing's cultivation in the later stage of the Great Luo Jingxian is still there. So although there are many small conflicts between the 2 races of the lich and demon, not many cultivators dare to provoke Lu Changqing. And at this moment, above the ground, the demon clan demon saint, Che, is leading a group of demon clan little demons to gain the upper hand in a small battle between the 2 demon clans. When I was feeling happy, I suddenly looked up and saw a divine boat emitting a radiance of merit. Take another look at Lu Changqing on the divine boat. However, only the cultivation of the Luo Jingxian in the later stage. Suddenly, there was a feeling of jealousy in my heart. Damn it, such a cultivator in the later stage of the great Luo Golden Immortal also has the treasure of postnatal merit and virtue. After a jealous murmur on his face, Che Qi suddenly had a malicious thought in his heart. After looking at the fleeing witch tribe member, he spoke up and instructed the subordinate of the demon tribe beside him, saying, "I have some matters to attend to, please leave for a while. Be careful with your actions." "Yes." After giving instructions to the subordinates, Che Qi pursued the divine boat without hesitation. At this moment, Lu Changqing was unaware that another demon clan demon saint had already set his sights on him. I am leisurely searching for a way to diminish my merits. While searching, a demonic wind suddenly swept over, blocked in front of Lu Changqing's divine boat. Lu Changqing felt a bit strange and asked, "Who is blocking me?" Just as Lu Changqing's words had just finished, Che Qi walked out of the demonic wind. With a strange and wicked smile on his face, he looked at Lu Changqing and said, "Taoist friend, I have a destiny with the divine boat of Guaner. It's better for Taoist friend to bear the pain and give up this divine boat to me." As soon as he finished speaking, Che Qi revealed his peak cultivation of the great Luo Golden Immortal, intimidating Lu Changqing. Although Che Qi's words may sound polite, Lu Changqing is not clear about anything. This is clearly Che Qi's desire to seize his acquired treasure, the infinite divine boat. After understanding the meaning of Cheqi, Lu Changqing couldn't help but show a hint of amusement. Shaking his head and sighing, he said, "You're really brave. How dare you even have my idea?" With a sigh, Lu Changqing was thinking about rubbing a merit jade spiral pill with his hand, so that the unknowing demon race in front of him could see the world. But I didn't wait for Lu Changqing's action. A coquettish shout suddenly came. I saw a woman with stunning appearance and excellent temperament appear in front of the demon tribe with a strong man, mocking. The demon clan's actions are indeed despicable. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 4. 100,000 Merits and Virtues Looking at the Silly Later Earth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After hearing the sudden appearance of the woman's shouting and cursing, Cheqi feels a bit familiar. I quickly turned my head to look around. After seeing the woman's dignified appearance, her face suddenly changed drastically. I quickly thought of escaping. However, there was no action from Cheqi. The strong man next to the woman suddenly intervened to obstruct. Want to leave? It's too late. With a cold snort from the strong man, the strong man clenched his fists tightly. Give a punch. The terrifying force is like shattering the heavens and tearing apart the sky. Upon seeing the situation, Che Qi quickly unleashed the power of the demon race. I want to block 1 or 2. However, in front of the strong man's fist, it was like a gentle breeze blowing. Completely unable to withstand any strong man. Seeing such danger, Che Qi bared his teeth and cracked his eyes as he sent out his life's magic weapon. With a loud rumble, after a muffled roar that echoed through the sky and earth, Cheqi's physical body instantly shattered. Only a life magic weapon was left to wrap around Cheqi's primordial spirit, and he quickly fled and left. After a brief battle, Lu Changqing also guessed that the 2 of them should be from the witch tribe. After all, only the witches who specialize in physical and mental health will use this type of combat method. Although Lu Changqing had no fear of the demon clan's de Luo Jingxian. But after all, they helped themselves, so thanking them is still necessary. Thank you 2 Taoist friends for your help. As he thanked him, Lu Changqing suddenly remembered. Since the other party helped me, it shouldn't be excessive to give someone some merit by oneself. Thinking of this, Lu Changqing tentatively asked the system. System, the witch girl helped me. I can give her a thank you of millions of merits, shouldn't it be too much? After hearing Lu Changqing's inquiry, the system quickly emitted a cold mechanical sound in response, saying, the system determines that tens of millions of merits exceed the standard. The host can only give a maximum of 100,000 merits, equivalent exchange. After hearing the rigid answer of the system, Lu Changqing also murmured, how stingy. At the moment when Lu Changqing's mind was communicating with the system, the Wu ethnic woman also waved her hand and said, your words are heavy, Taoist friend. This demon tribe has always acted in a dirty way. Punishing them is justified. After speaking, the witch woman continued to speak. In the ancestral land of the lower Wu tribe, this is the great Wu Xingtian. Do you not know how to address friends? Lu Changqing, who had just regained consciousness, heard Ho Tu's self-introduction. It also showed some surprise. He didn't expect to wander around casually outside. Unexpectedly, they encountered the ancestral witch and later earth who will undergo reincarnation in the future. After a brief glance, he smiled and said, I am Lu Changqing, a practitioner on Wuji Peak. After introducing himself, Lu Changqing continued to speak. In order to express my gratitude for the help you just received from Heavenly Dao, I am preparing to give you a small gift as a token of gratitude. As he spoke, Lu Changqing casually grabbed a group of merit clouds with 100,000 merits. After the appearance of merit gold cloud, Hutu was dumbfounded. Xing Tian was completely blinded. Do you think this practitioner has a serious mental illness? You should know that merit is an extremely rare existence in the vast land. Among the current sages, only Nyuhua has a great deal of merit in creating humans. Next is the Sanqing, as it is the authentic Pangu. So he inherited some of the pioneering virtues of Pangu, the great god of heaven and earth. As for the other two Western sages, although they also have merit. However, because at the time of the establishment of the two saints, the merit and virtue from heaven were not enough to become holy. So the second sage issued a grand wish of 40.8. From then on, I owed the heavenly way cause and effect, and borrowed enough merit from the heavenly way to become a saint. For this reason, the two Western sages have also been constantly oppressed by the heavenly way. And merit is so rare for all the saints, let alone the countless beings and spirits on the vast land. As the saying goes, the magic weapon is easy to obtain, but merit is difficult to obtain. Lu Changqing's statement is not in line, meeting is an act of 100,000 merits. It's just a scene that can only appear in dreams. So even the ancestral witches and descendants have an extremely unreal feeling at this moment. After being stunned for a while, he quickly waved his hand and refused, saying, Changqing Dao, you cannot use it. This thank that you gift is too heavy for the later generations to bear. After seeing Ho Tu's refusal, Lu Changqing immediately handed back the merit of Jin Yun Sai to Ho Tu Dao. What did Ho Tu Dao say? You helped me, and this credit is what you deserve. Moreover, with this merit, perhaps it can help you gather your spiritual essence. Lu Changqing knew that the witches were born with no primordial spirit. But in later generations, the reincarnation of the later earth turned into the creation of the underworld. After the immeasurable merit was bestowed by heaven, Hotu gained the primordial spirit. Ultimately sanctified by the primordial spirit. After all, merit is the existence of the golden oil of the past. Whether it's improving cultivation or enhancing magic treasures. Alternatively, strengthening one's qi circulation is always advantageous. After hearing Lu Changqing's words, Ho Tu, who had originally had the heart to refuse. He was also shocked and said in surprise. Do you take this statement seriously, Taoist friend? Lu Changqing is not certain whether it is true or false. After seeing Ho Tu reluctantly accept the merit Jin Yun, he smiled and said. Don't take it seriously, just give it a try and you'll know. After hearing Lu Changqing's answer, Ho Tu reluctantly accepted the merit Jin Yun. But I feel a bit ashamed to think that I have gained such great benefits for nothing. So he opened an invitation and said, Changqing Dao Yu is so generous that even the later generations have no way to repay him. Why don't you come and visit our witch clan as a guest? I, the Wu tribe, will definitely treat my fellow Taoist with great hospitality. After hearing the invitation from Hutu, Lu Changqing waved his hand and refused without hesitation. As a guest, it's free. I still have something important to do. Although Lu Changqing has a good impression of Hutu. But now is not the time for salted fish to play around. He still has over 90 trillion yuan of merit and needs to be defeated. After hearing Lu Changqing's words, Hutu did not insist. After smiling and thanking repeatedly, he watched as Lu Changqing left before returning to the witch clan. And Lu Changqing, who boarded the divine boat again and continued to wander, was looking at the remaining over 9.9 billion merits in the system. After trillions, there are so many odds that even Lu Changqing is too lazy to count. I only feel a tingling sensation on my scalp. Helplessly shaking his head and sighing, he said. When will such 100,000 and 100,000 flowers end up? Ah! The road to becoming a black sheep is endless, Comrade Xiaolu still needs to work hard. Feilu's novel, Fei wants you to look good. Is there anyone else watching? If there is someone, I will explode even more. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is there anyone else watching? If there is someone, I will explode even more. Kneeling down, I beg for the support of all readers. Use your little finger to give some flowers and evaluation tickets. These things are all free and free, refreshing every day. If you don't give them away, they will be gone. If you feel that the book written by the author is still to your liking, please kindly ask the readers to use their fingers to give it away. Even a flower, a review ticket is a great encouragement to the author. Or leave a comment in the comments section, saying, cheer, look good, or fast update, all of which are the author's driving forces for explosive updates. The author can be happy for several days with a reminder ticket or a reward, even if it's only 1 yuan, 100 VIP points. Another 1,000 flowers will bloom, and the author will immediately surpass 3 chapters. 200 more reviews and 3 more chapters. Rewards and reminders are equally explosive. 1 reward, 1 chapter. 1 reminder, 1 chapter. If the flowers rise again and again, there will be rewards and reminders. From now on, the author guarantees to make 10 changes every day. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 5. What is so dazzling? You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this moment, as Xing Tian returned to the underworld of the witch race, his face still felt unreal. Xing Tian, isn't everything that just happened a dream? Ho Tu said somewhat bewildered. After all, that's 100,000 merits. I am just doing the actions that the witch clan should take. Just repel the demon tribe at the peak of the great Luo Golden Immortal. How could such a small matter even obtain the merits that all cultivators in the vast land want to possess? I'm afraid I'll laugh my teeth out if I say it out loud. Even if it's a dream, I'm afraid I wouldn't dare to do it like this. Xing Tian listened to Ho Tu's words and slapped himself with his hand. Pa! It was painful, so Xing Tian spoke in disbelief. It's not a dream, it's real. Just as Ho Tu and Xing Tian returned to the Wu tribe in a daze. Just now, Che Qi, whose body was blasted by the Xingtian hammer, did not actually go far when the Yuanshan fled. I had been secretly observing a few people in the distance. After discovering that Lu Changqing was so arrogant, a twisted thought also arose in his heart. But currently, I am only in the state of a primordial spirit and have no physical body. I can't think of Lu Changqing for now. It seems that we still need to go back to the demon tribe. After Che Qi muttered to himself, he quickly flew back to the demon tribe. I'm going to find a demon clan expert to come and help. And when Cheki returns to the demon tribe, Hutu has returned to the land of the Wu ethnic group. Because Lu Changqing said that refining merit has the opportunity to give birth to primordial spirits. So Ho Tu didn't go to find his brother immediately, so he went straight back to his palace and prepared to give it a try. With the refinement of merit, Hutu soon felt a slight abnormality coming from within his body. A cool and comfortable feeling spread throughout the body. Quickly, strands of avenue texture wafted out from around the body. After the thorough refinement of merit, the texture of the road gradually faded into the body of Hutu. At the same time, a faint primordial spirit slowly condensed into shape. Although this trace of primordial spirit is truly weak and incomplete, I can't even see it without careful exploration. As for its impact on current strength, it has almost no impact. But after realizing this slight change, Hutu was still extremely excited. After all, this indicates that the path of merit is completely feasible. It's true, what Changqing Dao Yu said is true. No, we must inform our brothers about this matter as soon as possible. Excited, he muttered to himself. Hutu quickly rushed towards the Pangu temple. That is the holy land of the witches and also the birthplace of the ancestral witches. It is the most important place for the Wu tribe. And when he went to the Pangu temple in Hutu, Lu Changqing, who was wandering in the wilderness, once again encountered a demonic wind blocking his way. However, this time the demonic wind is much larger than what we encountered before. Still coming. Did I poke the demon tribe's nest? After seeing this demonic wind, Lu Changqing's face was speechless. Just when Lu Changqing was speechless roast. In the vast demon wind, a Kunpeng slowly appeared, blocking the sky and sun. After a gentle flap of its huge wings, the demonic wind suddenly dissipated. And the huge Kunpeng also transformed into a human form. After glancing at Lu Changqing, he spoke to Cheki behind him. Is that this guy? That's right, ancestor. This guy has many treasures of merit. Che Chi smiled grimly and spoke to Lu Changqing. After hearing Che Chi's answer, Kunpeng also showed a wicked smile on his face and carefully looked at Lu Changqing. It's like looking at a fish on a sticky board. As a quasi-saint in the later stage, Kunpeng completely ignored Lu Changqing, who only had the cultivation of the Luo Jin Xian in the later stage. Even if Lu Changqing possesses the treasure of merit, he can enhance his strength significantly. But the gap in the great realm is difficult to fill with magic treasures. And facing a practitioner in the later stage of the great Luo Golden Immortal, Kunpeng, a quasi-saint in the later stage, is willing to personally descend. It is also because Kunpeng is one of the few impoverished ghosts among the quasi-saints. A dignified saint, without even a decent and good magic weapon on his whole body. This has been deeply ingrained in Kunpeng's mind. That's why, after hearing that a practitioner has many valuable merits and treasures, he disregarded his identity and personally descended. After carefully examining Lu Changqing, Kunpeng also showed a satisfied smile. Because Lu Changqing is not only the ultimate divine boat but also a treasure of merit, even the Taoist robe on his body is also a treasure of merit. After surveying, Kunpeng smiled and said, Little Dalai deserves so many treasures of postnatal merit. Let me take care of it for you. After listening to Kunpeng's shameless words, Lu Changqing said in silence. Are all your demon tribes so shameless? Kunpeng didn't pay attention to Lu Changqing's mockery and smiled wickedly, saying, It's not easy to cultivate to the Luo Jin Xian. Why lose your cultivation for 1 or 2 magic treasures? Although Kunpeng is confident that he can easily defeat Lu Changqing. But thinking that Lu Changqing possesses the treasure of merit, he may also possess some merit. If killed casually, there may be some cause and effect involved. Therefore, Kunpeng took action to suppress and kill before coming up. But listening to Kunpeng's threatening words, Lu Changqing remained unmoved at all. Although Kunpeng possesses the strength of a quasi-saint in the later stage. But I have millions of merits. With so many merits, even if a saint sees him, he dare not easily take action. Therefore, facing the threat from Kunpeng, Changqing disdainfully spoke up. No, come and chop me if you have the ability. Changqing's arrogant words stunned both Chi and Kunpeng. After being stunned for a moment, Kunpeng became enraged. Ha ha ha. I have lived for so long and have never seen someone as arrogant as you. Die for me. Amidst his anger, Kunpeng raised his hand and prepared to unleash his great powers, directly suppressing Changqing. And Changqing had no fear of it at all. Just a calm and unhurried mental movement. In an instant. 9,990.9 merit golden wheels manifest from behind. In an instant. The shining golden wheel of merit, like the sun, bloomed with dazzling golden light, illuminating 9 heavens and 10 earth. At this moment, Kunpeng seemed to see 999 dazzling suns. In an instant, Kunpeng and Cheki's eyes were blinded. Everyone exclaimed in shock. What is so dazzling? 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 6. This is also called great merit. What a loser. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Kunpeng and Chi looked at the 9,999 merit golden wheels. The radiance shone on Changqing in the 9 heavens and 10 places. I was so shocked that my chin fell to the ground and my eyes were almost bulging out. He swore that he had never seen so many merit golden wheels in his life. Do you want to be so cruel? Are these all merit golden wheels? Kunpeng's head was dazzled by the dazzling light of merit. He said with an incredulous expression on his face. You should know that these merit golden wheels are all refined from direct merit. Unable to fight or improve cultivation. The greatest function is to condense the golden wheel of merit, bring merit into one's body, enhance one's own fortune, and enhance one's own chi. Far from being used to improve cultivation and magic treasures. The most crucial thing is, who is so idle, using so many merits to create 9,999 merit golden wheels. Is there such a spendthrift? It is precisely because of this that Kunpeng is so surprised. What serious illness is needed to refine merit into so many merit golden wheels to shine in people's eyes? If it were him, he would have already refined these merits into his own magic weapon. Or it can be used to enhance one's own strength and cultivation. Demon Master. It seems like we're not mistaken. There are really 999 merit golden wheels behind this guy. Chi swallowed his saliva with difficulty and said. He had difficulty understanding what exactly Changqing was from. Surprisingly, one can waste so much merit. You should know, in the vast land. Those who possess great merits will have immensely deep blessings. In short, it means good luck as well as good luck. Walking on the road, one can easily find treasures. And the key is. People who have great merits will be blessed by the heavenly way. Faced with such people, don't say kill them. Even if he were to be touched, he might face punishment from heaven. This is also the reason why Changqing is so confident and fearless. At this moment, Changqing also felt that the 999 suns were slightly dazzling. So with a thought, the golden wheel is completely hidden. With the dazzling golden wheel of merit hidden. Kunpeng, who had been stunned for a while, finally came to his senses. Looking at Changqing with a face full of shock, he said. What exactly are you from? How could you possess such great merits? For the utility of merit. The knowledgeable Kunpeng is very clear. So after Changqing revealed his golden wheel of merit, Kunpeng had no intention of taking action again. With so many merits, if you dare to take action forcefully, the consequences are unimaginable even for him, a quasi-saint in the later stage. After hearing Kunpeng's horrified words, Lu Changqing showed a disdainful expression. It's like looking at two country bumpkins. With a disdainful expression on his face, he spoke. Can this even be called great merit? As he spoke, Lu Changqing casually took out more than 10 postnatal merit spiritual treasures and merit treasures from the system. He casually said, I really don't understand what's on such a terrible street. What's so surprising about it? Kunpeng is a famous poor ghost among the quasi-holy powers. The whole body is a treasure of postnatal merit and virtue. So after seeing Lu Changqing casually take out more than 10 postnatal merit treasures and merit spiritual treasures, the teeth of envy and jealousy are almost grinding apart. And Che Chi's eyes were also stimulated by these merit treasures one by one, turning red. Two demon clans, I can't figure it out. Where exactly is Lu Changqing from? The merit that others willingly wish for, even in their dreams. It's so worthless in his hands. Not only is it a treasure that has been successfully refined throughout the body, but it also carries 9,999 merit golden wheels on its back. I envy both of them. After seeing the two of them staring at the merit magic weapon with such a great reaction, Lu Changqing spoke with a surprised expression on his face. I don't know, just a little bit of the acquired merit magic weapon makes me so excited. If born. As he spoke, Lu Changqing was once again using his companion Lingbao. The top. Quality innate merit and spiritual treasure is taken out by the Tai Su creation banner. In an instant, the air seemed to freeze. You can only hear the rapid and wheezing sound of Kunpeng. Staring intently at Taishu Zhaohua Fan, his eyes turned red. The only bit of intelligence allowed him to retain his rationality. I controlled my terrifying thoughts of wanting to kill Lu Changqing and snatch the magic weapon. However, Che Chi, who had just barely left a trace of rationality, is now seeing the top-notch innate merit spiritual treasure. It is a complete loss of rationality. When even with a roar. Seeking wealth insurance. What great merit is a person who is deeply blessed and cannot be touched. I have to give my car a try. After hearing Che Chi's foolish roar, Kunpeng quickly spoke up to dissuade. Never. But Kunpeng didn't finish speaking. Che Chi's killing intent has risen. The peak momentum of De Luo Jin Xian bloomed without reservation. Raising his hand, he wanted to use his great power to kill Lu Changqing in one blow. However, just as Che Chi raised his hand, the sky was originally calm and peaceful, with clouds rolling and soothing over time. Suddenly, a large black-purple thundercloud gathered. Amidst the thunderous clouds, the divine patterns of the great road sway. The long river of time has become apparent. The 3,000 avenues law stands out. The law of fate shines and condenses the most in the clouds, seemingly nurturing something. In no time, a divine thunder of destruction emerged. At the moment when the demon Saint Cheki was preparing to take action. Click and click. The god of destruction thunder suddenly descended. The terrifying divine power shattered these countless stars, shaking the endless void. It landed straight on Cheki's head. Pwai. The powerful divine thunder carries the charm of 3,000 great roads, condensing the divine power of the law of fate. In an instant, Che Chi, including his physical body and elemental spirit, was completely shattered. In the sky, a small wave rose from the calm river of time. A drop of water from the wave splashed in mid-air, suddenly shattering and disappearing. At this point, Cheki has been completely wiped out by the catastrophe of the times. Even reincarnation has no chance. Kunpeng, upon seeing this behind the scenes, also tilted his head and covered his face with his hand. I have no eyes to look at it at all. How foolish it must be to dare to take action against someone with such great merit. And Lu Changqing also looked curiously at a burnt mark on the ground and shook his head in silence, saying, I've never seen the world before. Just one innate merit spiritual treasure excites me to the point of committing suicide. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 7. It's not that Kunpeng lacks dignity, he has given too much. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Che Chi, this idiot, is a person of great merit who can gather 999 golden wheels of merit. How dare you move? Kunpeng looked at the scorched earth on the ground and muttered silently. You should know, facing such idle pain. There are so many merits and virtues that we can gather 999 unique talents. Don't say it's yourself, this little quasi-saint. Even if a saint sees it, it will also take a detour. After all, this is not a practitioner. This is simply a walking cause and effect. Kunpeng shook his head and sighed, while guessing in his heart how much merit Lu Changqing had. Although the 999 merits behind this guy are dazzling. But at most, it should be 1,000,000 merits. Compared to the tens of millions of merits of the Nuwa sage, it is definitely much worse. However, for those who possess so many merits, it is still better to befriend each other. From Kunpeng's perspective, he felt that Lu Changqing was such a practitioner in the later stage of the great Luo Golden Immortal. Even if you did something great in your previous life, at most, it should be 1,000,000 merits added. After all, the level of merit is something he can't even imagine. And this is also the limit of Kunpeng's knowledge. If Kunpeng knew that Lu Changqing had millions of merits, you will definitely be scared to death on the spot. After all, Nuwa created humans and brought benefits to the vast land, earning tens of millions of merits. Even the immeasurable merits gained by Pangu Kaitian cannot reach the exaggerated level of Lu Changqing's 1,000,000 billion yuan. After understanding his thoughts, Kunpeng suddenly changed his face. With an easy-going smile on his face, he looked at Lu Changqing and said, Daoist friend, it was just a small misunderstanding. Don't take it to heart. After hearing Kunpeng's 180-degree transformation of his face, Lu Changqing did not take it to heart. Instead, a small idea suddenly emerged. Muttering to himself, I remember the speed of this Kunpeng, as if it was also among the top in the vast land. If we offer him a salary and make him a mount, it seems quite good. Although Lu Changqing wants to lose all of this billion-dollar credit. However, during the process of losing glory, it is also necessary to bring some comfortable experiences to oneself. And as Lu Changqing muttered to himself, Kunpeng also completely ignored the expressionless expression on Lu Changqing's face. Continuing with a smile on his face, he said, I'm the demon master Kunpeng, don't you know how to call me friend? At this moment, Lu Changqing, who was pondering how much salary to offer Kunpeng, heard Kunpeng's question. The subsequent response was, Lu Changqing. After speaking, Lu Changqing began to discuss with the system. System, you see, this Kunpeng is the teacher of the demon clan. And he has the strength of a quasi-saint in the later stage. Such identity, such strength. If you come to be my mount, why not start with an annual salary of 1,000,000 merits? If you think it's reasonable, I'll go get my salary now. After hearing Lu Changqing's shameless remarks, the system, without hesitation, he responded with a cold mechanical voice. According to the system's evaluation, the amount opened by the host is too huge. Please don't go too far, making the system difficult to operate. After listening to the answer from the system, Lu Changqing also looked contemptuous and roast. You must be stingy, at least he is a quasi-saint Kunpeng. What's wrong with being a mount with an annual salary of millions of dollars? The system did not respond to Lu Changqing's roast. Lu Changqing is also accustomed to this. After all, this system lacks intelligence and is just a mechanical product. A response will only appear when needed. And when Lu Changqing was discussing with the system, Kunpeng completely forgot that he had just wanted to kill Lu Changqing and seize the treasure. At this moment, the positive pole approached enthusiastically without shame and said, I turned out to be a friend of the eternal youth Taoist. I've really admired him. My view is evergreen, my friend's heaven is full, and my fortune is deep. He must be a prodigious talent in the vast world. Why don't you come to my demon tribe and become a great saint of demon clan merit? Manage countless demon armies. Isn't it enjoyable? Regarding Kunpeng's solicitation and enthusiastic discussions, Lu Changqing did not hear at all because he was in discussions with the system. After regaining his senses, he looked at Kunpeng with a bewildered expression and said, "What are you saying?" After listening to Lu Changqing's answer, Kunpeng was also covered in black lines. However, thinking that Lu Changqing was a person of great merit, we had to calm our dissatisfaction. I want to repeat what I just said. However, before he could speak, Lu Changqing waved his hand and said, "It's just that, it doesn't matter what you say. You better listen to me." As he spoke, Lu Changqing completely disregarded Kunpeng's dark face and spoke. "I see that your strength is good, and your speed is also among the top in the wilderness. Why don't you come and be my mount? What do you think of giving you a reward of 10,000 merits every 1,000 years? Because the system does not specify the amount that can be invoiced. So Lu Changqing can only try little by little." However, Kunpeng heard Lu Changqing's words. Immediately, his face was filled with anger, as if he had suffered some great shame and humiliation, and he angrily rebuked. "Changqing Daoyu, Kunpeng treats you like a brother of his clan. How could you insult me like this?" After hearing Kunpeng's answer, Lu Changqing paid no attention. After all, there is no business that cannot be negotiated in the world. Only the price that cannot be negotiated. So after tentatively taking out a ball of 100,000 merit gold clouds, he continued to speak. "Then let's achieve 100,000 merits every 1,000 years." After seeing Lu Changqing casually take out a ball of 100,000 merit gold clouds, Kunpeng swallowed his saliva with difficulty. The breathing also became rapid. However, despite his limited dignity, he persisted in refusing. "Taoist friend, what do you mean by this? How could Kunpeng, the demon master, be such a person?" Although Kunpeng still refused this time. However, the tone was noticeably weaker, and there was no stronger tone at all. Even Kunpeng's eyes staring at the merit cloud had turned red. Seeing this situation, Lu Changqing didn't hesitate to pull out another ball of 900,000 merits of Jin Yun. Smiling, he spoke up. "Is it too little? Then give 1,000,000 merits every 1,000 years. When Lu Changqing's $1,000,000 merit appeared, Kunpeng's rationality and unwavering dignity were instantly lost in the clouds. On the spot, he crawled on the ground and transformed back into a miniature Kunpeng prototype. A very devilish way. "Grandpa, are we going somewhere now?" Faced with Kunpeng's face-changing speed as if drifting through the sewer, Lu Changqing was also amazed for a moment. There's no way, no wonder Kunpeng lacks dignity. It's really that Lu Changqing gave too much. You should know that every 1,000 years, 1,000,000 merits are given. The other person, Nuwa, only achieved tens of millions of merits in creating humans. And all I need to do is to serve as a mount for Lu Changqing for tens of thousands of years to achieve the same amount of merit. Can it be considered a matter of just tens of thousands of years on the vast land of floods and wastelands? I've been in a daze for more than tens of thousands of years. Thinking of this, Kunpeng showed a pleasing smile on his face and turned to look at Lu Changqing, saying, "Grandpa, do you think 1,000 years are too short? It doesn't reflect my Kunpeng's comfort. How about you just wrap it up for 50,000 years?" Lu Changqing looked at Kunpeng's dog-like appearance and nodded in satisfaction, saying, "Good." During their conversation, the two of them made a vow of the heavenly way as a limitation of this contract. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 8. This may not be the son of the heavenly way, right? You are listening at novelfull.audio. After taking the oath of the heavenly way, Kunpeng is considered a formal mount with a formal establishment. It is protected by the Heavenly Way, requiring Lu Changqing to give him 1,000,000 merits every 1,000 years. After officially becoming a mount, Kunpeng's rationality, which had been thrown into the sky, also flew back. Although I don't care about becoming a mount. After all, there was just too much given. But I am also the master of all demons of the demon clan. Having an extraordinary status, I have to go back to the demon tribe and explain it to them. Thinking of this, Kunpeng smiled with his dog legs and said, "Master, I was originally the teacher of all demons. Suddenly leaving the demon court still requires some explanation. I don't know, can you come with me to the demon tribe? Lu Changqing has an excellent work attitude because of Kunpeng. I easily spent millions of merits again. So I'm in a good mood. Moreover, there are currently no detailed plans for the black sheep. Going to the demon tribe is also a good choice." So after thinking for a moment, Lu Changqing nodded and agreed. "It's also okay." After hearing Lu Changqing's agreement. After thanking Kunpeng, he controlled his speed. Carrying Lu Changqing, they flew towards the heavenly court of the demon clan. During the flight, Kunpeng was also curious about where Lu Changqing had so many merits. But it's not good to ask directly. So he casually spoke up. "Grandpa, have you done something big lately? Surprisingly, one can obtain so many merit treasures." At this moment, Lu Changqing was wandering on the spacious and comfortable Kunpeng's back. Suddenly I heard Kunpeng's words. Just as I was about to answer, I suddenly sensed the intention in Kunpeng's words. Immediately, a displeased expression appeared on his face and he said, "Little Kun, don't ask too many questions that shouldn't be asked. Otherwise, it's easy to be punished by heaven, you know." After hearing Lu Changqing's tapping words, Kunpeng also responded with great understanding. "I understand, sir." Although the words conveyed a clear understanding. But Kunpeng was still extremely curious about Lu Changqing in his heart. After all, a practitioner who can make a vow in front of the Heavenly Way and give himself 50 million merits. It shows that he really has 50 million merits to show. This is 50 million merits. I don't know if Nuwa has gained so many merits in creating humans. At first glance, the master appears to have a mysterious background and a profound background. Casually, 50 million merits are sacrificed just to have a mount. I'm afraid this kind of mochi cannot be the son of the Heavenly Way, can Kunpeng exclaimed to himself in surprise. After all, someone who can easily hire a mount with 50 million merits must have at least 1 billion merits. The merit of that quantity. Appearing on a practitioner in the later stage of the Great Luo Golden Immortal. If this guy is not the son of the Heavenly Way, how can he explain the origin of this merit? Kunpeng's speculation is not without reason. After all, it is not reasonable for a small de Luo Jin Xian to have so many merits in the later stage. However, if the Heavenly Dao hears Kunpeng's speculation, I will definitely shake my head quickly to clarify. After all, Lu Changqing has millions of merits. It lacks so many merits in the vast and boundless world. I may be the son of the Heavenly Way. If Tian Dao could speak, he would probably recognize Lu Changqing as his father. Amidst Kunpeng's speculations along the way, Kunpeng suddenly sensed something. Sweep away one's divine thoughts. Discovering a group of cultivators vying for a treasure in the mountains beneath their feet. Kunpeng looked carefully and found that it was a medium-grade innate spiritual root. There is some movement in my heart. I just suddenly remembered that I am now the mount of Lu Changqing, and without his decree, I cannot act rashly. So I had to remind him. Master, there seem to be many cultivators competing for a treasure in the mountain range below. Although Lu Changqing's cultivation is only in the later stage of the Great Luo Golden Immortal. But when passing through the mountains, Lu Changqing also discovered the treasure that everyone below was vying for. I just despise the treasure for being too cumbersome and lazy to pay attention to it. Now, upon hearing Kunpeng's reminder, he spoke disdainfully. It's just an ordinary mid-grade innate spiritual root, why bother? Kunpeng, as a famous impoverished ghost in the wilderness, listened to Lu Changqing's answer. He also showed a bitter smile on his face. Secretly, I said to myself. The old master is also too narrow-minded. Even the mid-range innate spiritual roots are just ordinary. Indeed, only the son of the heavenly way dares to be so wealthy and powerful. When Kunpeng secretly complained that he was ready to leave, the sudden change made Kunpeng dumbfounded again. Because beneath the mountain range, the group of cultivators fought fiercely for the intermediate innate spiritual roots, and surprisingly took the initiative to fly towards Lu Changqing. Everyone, stop arguing. The treasure has flown away. One of the cultivators who is currently engaged in a divine power struggle also came to their senses. Hurriedly spoke up and shouted. After hearing this, a group of practitioners. They all turned their heads and looked towards the mid-level innate spiritual root and the nearby Lu Changqing. Then, in the eyes of everyone, in the midst of Lu Changqing's bewildered expression, the mid-grade innate spiritual root actually took the initiative to acknowledge Lu Changqing's master. Seeing this scene, everyone present was stunned. Lu Changqing was also a bit confused, but felt the recognition of the spiritual root. Or just put it away. Shaking his head in silence, he sighed. I have heard that people with deep fortune and great fortune can easily find treasures by walking around. I didn't expect everything I said to be true. As Lu Changqing sighed. Seeing that Lu Changqing had collected his spiritual roots, the group of cultivators all became dissatisfied. Friend Dao, we have been waiting here for a long time. Just because this spiritual root is ripe and easy to pick for cultivation. And you are just passing by, yet you want to enjoy it alone. Is it a bit excessive? The cultivator at the peak of the great Luo Golden Immortal, led by him, showed a wicked expression in his eyes. As soon as the practitioner finished speaking, the group of practitioners quietly took off. An encirclement was formed, as if there was no intention of easily letting go of Lu Changqing without surrendering his spiritual roots. Adhering to the situation, Kunpeng showed his original prototype that covered the sky and sun without hesitation. Staring intently at the surrounding group of cultivators of the great Luo Golden Immortals, they said. Who dares to stop my master? As the momentum of Kunpeng's quasi-holy later period dissipated, all the practitioners who were obstructed were shocked. Is this actually the Kunpeng demon master from the heavenly court? You should know, in the heavenly court of the demon clan, the 4 emperors of the heavenly court are the largest. They are respectively Empress Hua and Empress Hua, Emperor Shifu Shi, Donghuang Tai. The demon emperor is handsome. And below the 4 emperors is the demon master Kunpeng. The teacher of all demons, how can he be ordinary? However, a group of practitioners fixed their eyes on it. It was discovered that people of such status had actually become mounts for Lu Changqing. The group of practitioners who were immediately shocked were stunned. With eyes full of fear and confusion, he murmured. A master of all demons. Surprisingly, he became a mount of the great Luo Golden Immortal Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 9. How can a group of insects understand the happiness of my Kunpeng? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Kunpeng listened to the murmurs of these practitioners. A face full of sneer. In my heart, I disdain to say. You insects know nothing. I am on the thigh of the Son of Heaven. I will definitely manage my future merits. Maybe you'll perform better, even if you get another layer of Honghuang purple chi and become the holy fruit. After thinking about the possibility of becoming a saint, Kunpeng also grinned with a grin on his face. At this time, Kunpeng is in the form of a prototype demon. So this grin looked very fierce. The frightened group of the Luo Golden Immortals all bid farewell and fled. If you have offended me and have important matters, I won't accompany you. After speaking, the group of cultivators disappeared instantly. When Kunpeng saw this group of insects leave, they also shrunk to the size of a mount. He took Lu Changqing with him to the demon family's heaven. And for this little episode, Lu Changqing also showed no concern at all. After Lu Changqing and Kunpeng left, the group of cultivators from the great Luo Golden Immortal finally gathered together again. Looking in the direction where the two disappeared from afar, he exclaimed in amazement. TSK, a practitioner of the later stage of the great Luo Golden Immortal can have the demon master Kunpeng as a mount. This background must be extraordinary. Another practitioner nodded in agreement and said, yes, it's just that it can make the demon master Kunpeng bow down. Perhaps this person is not related to the sage. After hearing the practitioner's speculation, the other practitioners showed a look of shock. In the war of witches and demons, there were only 7 saints in the wilderness. Except for Hongjun, who had already merged with the Tao, there were also 6 newly consecrated saints. These 7 saints are currently the strongest fighting force in the vast land. And the sage is not tainted by cause and effect. So what kind of background does it take for Lu Changqing to have the sage turn Kunpeng into a mount for him? At the moment when a group of great Luo Jingxian were shocked and speculating, Lu Changqing is idle and bored. On Kunpeng's back, he refined the innate spiritual roots that he had just recognized as his master. As the innate spiritual roots are refined into the body, the great road technique practiced by Lu Changqing, the Honghuang creation decision, suddenly came into operation. The 3,000 laws within the body are beginning to evolve. At the moment of evolution, the divine patterns of the great road sway. The power of the 3,000 laws surrounds the body. From time to time, a terrifying aura of the laws of the Tao emanates. Kunpeng, who was carrying Lu Changqing, was also inexplicably shocked. I'm afraid that due to the turbulence, Lu Changqing might be injured by mistake. So I slowed down the speed for stability. But in my heart, I was deeply shocked. Is this the son of the heavenly way? Just the great Luo Golden Immortal can actually activate the power of the 3,000 great Dao laws to surround it. You should know that the power of the 3,000 great paths law can only be triggered by saints. And Lu Changqing is just the late stage of the Luo Jin Xian. There are still 108,000 miles away from the sage. Besides the son of the heavenly way, Kunpeng couldn't figure out what background there was. Only under the cultivation of a mere de Luo Jingxian can one achieve this. With billions of merits and virtues added, it can also inspire the 3,000 great paths of law to surround. When Kunpeng was surprised, Lu Changqing quickly completely refined his innate spiritual roots. I have achieved an incredibly smooth breakthrough to reach the peak of the power of the Golden Immortal of Daoyuo. Such a smooth breakthrough made Kunpeng even more convinced of the background that Lu Changqing is the son of the heavenly way. But Lu Changqing was completely indifferent. After all, cultivation is impossible. No matter how much one cultivates, there is no hope of becoming a great sage through preaching. Only the spendthrift quickly wiped out this billion-dollar credit. Only then can one truly become a sage of the Great Road. At this moment, there is a peaceful atmosphere in the demon tribe's heavenly court. On the south heavenly gate, the powerful demon clan and the poor are patrolling around. The demon clan soldiers who were guarding were instructed to say, "Recently, there have been multiple troubles among the witches, so be careful." Yes. Just as Chuanchi had finished giving orders and was preparing to go elsewhere for inspection, suddenly gained an insight. Looking up, not far away, their demon master Kunpeng surprisingly returned carrying a cultivator from the peak of the great Luo Golden Immortal. Seeing this scene, Chuanchi was a bit dumbfounded. After rubbing my eyes in disbelief, looking back, with a face full of fear, he said, Unexpectedly, the demon master was treated as a mount by others. With the astonishment of poverty, a group of demon clan soldiers looked sideways. They all showed a look of shock. Immediately, a soldier went to report to the top 10 demon gods. And Changqing, on the other hand, happened after Kunpeng fell into the demon tribe's heavenly courtyard. He angrily rebuked Lu Changqing first. "Bold cultivator, how dare you treat our demon clan demon masters as mounts?" At this moment, just after landing, with the approval of Lu Changqing, Kunpeng, who had transformed into a human form, heard the angry rebuke from Chi. When even dissatisfied rebuttals. "How dare a little poor person scold my master?" After seeing Kunpeng's displeased appearance, Chi and a group of demon clan soldiers. "People are all foolish. What did I hear? Kunpeng demon master actually scolded us, defending the cultivator of the great Luo golden immortal. Do you still call him master? What's going on in this world?" And Lu Changqing is completely like a passing melon-eating crowd, just quietly watching the excitement. It seems that they are not angry with themselves. After being stunned for a long time, Chi asked in surprise. "Demon Master. What's wrong with you? Are you controlled by evil powers in your mind? If so, just blink your eyes." Kunpeng spoke disdainfully, saying, "You insects, how can you tell Xiaowu's happiness? Being able to serve as a mount for the old master is definitely a blessing bestowed upon me by Kunpeng's 3 lives of cultivation." Kunpeng's words startled all the demon tribes. They all showed an incredulous appearance. Who would have thought that this guy who protects the Lord immensely now would be their former demon master? And when the demons were surprised, the 3 demon emperors Jun, Tai, and Fuxi also learned about this and rushed over one after another. After seeing Kunpeng and Lu Changqing beside him, he frowned and asked Kunpeng. "Kunpeng, are you serious about being treated as a mount?" Kunpeng answered without any psychological burden. "Take it seriously." After looking at Lu Changqing in surprise, Fuxi followed the inquiry and asked. "But under threat?" Kunpeng still responded decisively. "Not threatened." Speaking like this, my heart murmured with a smile. Where else should such a good thing be threatened? After all, the amount given by the master is not as much as usual. If we let you know the truth, you won't be able to compete with me for a seat on the mount. After muttering to himself for a while, Kunpeng also talked about the main matter and said, "I am here to bid farewell to you and others. After today, I will carry the old master to travel through the wilderness." Emperor Juntai doesn't know why Kunpeng became a mount. But upon hearing that Kunpeng was about to leave the demon court, I suddenly became unhappy. After all, the quasi-holy power of the heavenly court is already rare. If there is one less Kunpeng, how can we still fight against the witch clan? With this in mind, the irritable Eastern Emperor Tai did not hesitate to strike at Lu Changqing and said, "Bold cultivator, how dare you cause trouble to our demon clan's heavenly court, come and die for me." After hearing the words of Emperor Tai, Kunpeng immediately remembered the tragic situation of Chi. When even after measuring the head, there is no eye to see the result of Emperor Tai. And when Emperor Tai raised his hand, it was also a sudden discovery. The sky, which was originally warm and sunny, suddenly became incredibly dim. Looking up, I saw endless thunderclouds enveloping the sky. The terrifying power of the heavenly way drifts away, causing panic in the demon race's heavenly court. At the same time, the 6 saints of the flood and famine began to sense the heavenly secrets. Pinch your fingers and calculate. They were all shocked and pale. Because at this moment, the sky is changing and a supreme killing thunder is brewing. And this brewing supreme killing divine thunder is actually just to protect a certain creature. After realizing the intentions of the heavenly machine, all the saints were stunned and speechless. What kind of creatures are they? How could they attract the Heavenly Dao to descend the god of slaying thunder for protection? Feilu's novel, Fei wants you to look good.